Welcome to Modern Mystic Messages. I'm Teresa, and thank you for stopping by and clicking on the video. If this is your first time in, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. In any event, Happy New Year. Happy 2025, Soul Family. We're going to keep it rocking. One of the things that I wanted to look at today, I recently got a couple new decks that I really wanted to make sure that I got a chance to get them cleansed and kind of work with them a couple times before the new year started because I wanted to use them with you all. And because, well, I knew this one would, but I didn't understand. These are kind of special. I have the Reiki Divine Healing deck, and that is this deck here, and the Starlight Frequencies Oracle, this deck. And what's really cool about both of these cards is they are, these both of these decks are basically Reiki infused decks. Um, he calls it a Reiki crystal. The energy and intention of this deck was created by a Reiki master who put energy and intention into each of these cards. The Starlight Frequencies cards actually have like a light code embedded into them, so the energy of the cards is more than just, I mean, all oracle cards can bring you information, but these are just energized a little differently, and I am very happy to be able to use them with you all. So we're going to get in here without further ado, jump on in and see what they're looking like. Now, before we go into the starlight frequencies and the Reiki cards, I did want to pull some oracle cards just to kind of see where we're going into this reading with, because this is just a general message from spirit. We're going into 2025, so maybe we'll get some messages. I don't like to call a whole lot of times. I mean, if we see some specific timing coming out in the reading, that's one thing, but in general, let's say just the upcoming year or maybe the first quarter. Ooh, burning karma. Burning off past bad karma, step towards soul freedom, advancing towards your pure, true potential. That's your first card out. So that's a good thing going into 2025. We've been wanting to close some cycles. So, yeah, in fact, let me just get down here. We can see the cards a little better. Yeah, we got this burning karma here. Yeah, I guess you can't really see them anyway, so that was kind of a waste. Ooh, spiritual elder, destined to become a spiritual elder is to easily discern truth from illusion, non judgmental, unconditional love. Path to intimacy. I didn't make it up. It came right on up out the deck for you. Learning about your actual behaviors, discovering your true nature, sexual nature, sexuality plays an important role. So that's, I'm trying to tell you, there's a reason why even when I'm not looking for it, I keep seeing love coming out in your readings and seeing these divine counterparts. The twins, the last year cosmically or astrologically, astrologically, we had what they call the union of the twins or the procession of the twins, whatever it was, with some planetary procession. But the divine counterparts that are being called into union, you have to remember Saint Germain had a twin. That's Lady Portia. Raphael has a twin. That's Lady Archaea Amethyst. Michael, Archangel Michael has a twin. Archaea Faith. Yeshua has a twin. Mary Magdalene. Souls, when they're fragmented, they still do their work, but souls that are created, like I said, twins that separate but have the same spiritual DNA, are designed to come back together in a different way. And truthfully, energetically, when people that are on that kind of wavelength ascend together and come together, their energy signature in union is dramatically more powerful than either of them separate. The two truly are greater than either. Like I said, that's when the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Yeah. Warrior spirit, relentless commitment to challenges, approaches life as a personal battle, here to master your forceful nature. And new territory was down there at the bottom of the deck, but we ain't gonna keep put so many of those. But yeah, spiritual elder, path to intimacy and burning karma. And then let's see what we got over here. Messenger of love came out, a bridge of love and resonance. Okay. What in the world? Oh, I didn't even know this card. I guess this is wow, I thought I had pulled that out. It's the like the little e-reader part of the deck, and I thought I had pulled it out. But we have Messenger of Love here, a bridge of love and resonance. Moon Guardian, trust the tides of emotions. And Wheel of Magic, use the power of time and cycles. So if you hadn't been manifesting with the moon and following along with I'm not saying you got to become a master astrologer because I can't follow all of that either. I do have a couple of channels that I'm subscribed to that they get all into the nitty gritty of the astrology, and I try to stay, in tune with those to hear what I need to hear. But spirit is inviting you to use that stuff, and people think that that's woo woo and it doesn't work. I don't understand why they would think that it doesn't work. There's a reason why we even have the astrology of the planet mapped out. They've observed over tens of thousands of years that they planets move in a certain way and that we're affected by it. We are 65 to 70% water. Our bodies are 65 to 70% water. And if the moon and the planets affect the oceans, you think they don't affect the water in our bodies? Oh, yeah, it does. And what is water? If it's not, we're an electromagnetic transmitting and receiving mechanism powered by a system that runs on a liquid crystal that is affected by the planetary cycles of the earth. It behooves us to pay attention to the moon cycles and the power of the time and cycles. And spirit is telling you here, as a spiritual elder burning through these karma cycles, not only is your physical, like you say, your intimacy going to be vital into the role of what you're doing, but so is being aware of how you are impacted by the cycles of the planets. And now we're going to look at the shamanic. I think this is Cosmic Shamanic Oracle. Wait a minute, what is it? Shamanic Star Wisdom. Excuse me. Oh, this card kind of shot out at the bottom when I finished, but the first card out is Ascension. DNA activation. Star Child, come on here. You're playing with y'all. There's all kinds of stuff in here. All of the Andromedans and the this and that Stargate. But what came out for you, collective? Ascension, DNA activation, Star Child. This is your year. We're in the age of Aquarius. They've been debating when it started, when it didn't. Did it start in 63? Did it what? But I think all of us can pretty well understand, if we didn't know nothing else, there's a reason why the Declaration of Independence was signed exactly as Pluto was getting ready to, like I said, basically go out. Pluto was in exactly the same place on July 4th of last year as it was the day that that Declaration of Independence was signed. They use the astrology. You better use it too and know who you are. Spirit is saying we're in this ascension cycle. Your DNA is activating. You're receiving downloads. We are literally evolving on the fly. Gaia is going through labor pains, and I think it was Paul White, Gold Eagle. He talks about a lot of things, and he gets into a lot of the astrology and stuff. But one of the things that I love is that as he's doing his videos, whenever he does, he's also discussing the Schumann frequency of the planet. For years, that ever since they first measured it, the Earth's frequency or heartbeat, if you will, has been 8.3 hertz for 100 years. Back in 2020, it was spiking up around 21, 22 hertz. And for the past few weeks, they've been reporting daily spikes at 13, 14, 15 hertz. Something for sure is happening with Gaia. And like I said, the folks that study those things know it. It behooves us to stop running around in ignorance or saying it's poo-poo because our mamas and grandmamas and the pastor down the road told us that all of that was something that we shouldn't look at. Stop letting people rope you off because everybody else is using it and we're being left out because we don't want to look into it or believe it because somebody that didn't know any better told us not to. We got to cut that out. 2025 time is over for that. You are a star child going through DNA activation in this ascension cycle. Let's get it, family. Let's get it. Now, I think first here, I'm going to lay down some tarot and then we're going to go into the Divine Reiki deck and the star frequencies. And I'm just going to pull 6 as the way of the pentagram, or maybe 7. Because sometimes I do that little fancy thing on the end where it's like Spirit's final word. Okay. Coming out here with the Ace of Wands. Take action on your ideas. They're coming in. That's fresh, hot off the press from the divine. And for those that are calling in love or whatever, this may be a counterpart, but honestly, I'm just seeing it at this point in this, like I said, in this ascension cycle. This is something about creation, manifestation, putting some of that stuff into play. We got the Two of Wands here. Believe in your personal power is the key word here on this card. Now, the Seven of Swords. There they go. There's that trickster energy. But you do have to watch out. But I like the Seven of Swords for real because he got the swords. He looking over his shoulder and tiptoeing on around the way. They thought they tried it. Like I said, they tried it. But what did he do? He gathered up the swords and he's going on about his business. So now he not only has enough swords to not be in danger himself from his enemies, but he can actually launch a pretty decent defense. If he's holding 5 out of 7 swords, they ain't gonna really be able to do too much with him, not for real. So this is about covering yourself too. They can call you sneaky if they want, but they won't call you slipping. That's what they won't call you. Oh, something happened. Got my cards all dented, and I don't like that. But hey, it is what it is. Ooh. I ain't even look at it up. One of my bracelets is snagging my clothes. Page of Swords. And the Tower. And the Hangman. Temperance is at the bottom of the deck, but I'm gonna. Oh, what's this? Oh, I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. That's the spirit's final word. Is that Wheel of Fortune? This card is interesting because I mean we always think of the Wheel of Fortune in the positive sense, but in this card, the key words on it, and yeah, it has luck, karma, destiny, all that. But the quote is, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," which I think is very fitting here with this Seven of Wands, page. I mean, Seven of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Tower. This is not necessarily a smooth ride. It is divinely guided and orchestrated, and you're going to be just fine. You're going to be careful. But this Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands, is planning, but you have to believe it. It's being strategic. That Seven of Swords is being a little strategic, not showing your hand, kind of keeping it under your belt, not telling everybody your business, making a for real plan. But be aware, the unexpected could happen, and it probably will because this is divinely guided right out the gate. We had this Ace of Wands here. So look at it differently, but you're going to be all right because it ends out completely with this Wheel of Fortune. And for sure, this looks like you're on the top side of this wheel. Spirit ain't showing up with this Tower and Hangman together for nothing. Now, let's see here. Whoa. With the Ace of Wands, grab one of these Reiki cards. And of course, I do want to ask when I was in the other session, we called in our spirit guides, but I would like to connect with Dr. Yusui's energy as well. If he has any guidance and information with us as we handle this deck, and as always, Yeshua, Saint Germain, and Thoth, as well as Archangel Michael, Raphael, Sandalphon, and Metatron, and anybody else that chooses to show up, because there's other masters that are in this deck as well. But I just wanted to see what the chakra Reiki. You might want to do, and honestly, people don't think that distance Reiki works. It absolutely can. You do have to believe that it does, though. Ask to tap into the universal life force energy known as Reiki and receive that healing. There are several beautiful channels that do that. Once I get better organized, I may even start doing some Reiki, some distance Reiki for you all, family, because I am trained at this point and can do it. I have received the level 2 and level 3 attunements, but yeah, we might look at that. Just for today, do not anger. And quite honestly, if you're trying to manifest, make this a daily thing. But you only have to worry about it one day at a time. Just for today, do not anger. And then tomorrow, just for today, do not anger. And the more you start living that way, because that is one of the very principles or tenets of Reiki, if you can do that and draw in that beautiful energy, you'd be surprised what you can accomplish and manifest. Seven of Swords. Let's hear with the Seven of Swords, Buddha. Call on the energy of the Buddha. He'll be with you. That beautiful Christic energy. Like I said, you can call on Yeshua. You can call on the Buddha. But any of those carry that Christic energy and help you on this walk. Ooh, and Archangel Metatron is right here. I do want to give you a little bit of a more moment to connect with the energy of these cards. So these are infused with what, like I said, he calls Reiki crystal. I mean, obviously, it's not an actual crystal in here, but a metaphysical, metaphoric crystal, if you will, that you can tap into the energy of these cards as well. And it's just for today. Do not anger. And the Buddha. And the Page of Swords is here. It says, and like I said, I like the keywords on here. Take time to think before you act. And it came with Archangel Metatron. call in Archangel Metatron and see what kind of action plan he can come up with for you. He will work with you. You know, I had forgotten, and I was talking to a friend of mine who also, he's a scribe of Metatron. And if you haven't checked out his channel, please, I encourage you to. He's really good. Tarot Oracle Benji, or is it Oracle Tarot Benji? Tarot Oracle Tarot Benji. But he works with Metatron a lot, and I had forgotten that in the scriptures, because the book of Enoch tells you about Enoch, but Enoch in the Bible, that's Metatron. Enoch, Metatron, and Sandalphon are the only two archangels, the beings that are described as archangels that had a physical incarnation on earth. Enoch, it became Metatron. Elijah became Sandalphon, and they work hand in hand together. And I think that that's kind of cool that while we are in an ascension cycle, like evolving from 3D into 4D, 5D, kind of trying to reach more of the etheric nature and our crystalline nature, that Metatron is working so closely with us because he understands what it is to be flesh and blood human. He is here to help us and assist us with that during this time. And you can certainly call on him. And I don't know why I'm getting emotional, because ain't nothing, well, I wouldn't have thought it was nothing. This card popped out at me, so I'm going to take it. With this tower, cellular meditation for healing and perfect health. We're going to look at some of these in the book. They're not long meanings, but I want to see if they got any information that might be helpful to us. But here is the visual on that so that you can get the energy of this card. Especially with this tower, that tower may have something to do with our physical health. Some of us are calling in physical healing, physical rejuvenation. Yeah. And with the hangman here, what do we have? Wow, Saint Germain. That's for sure one of my dudes. I know you hear me call on him all the time. And he has, like you said, he definitely had a physical incarnation. He had all kinds of exploits that they're still talking about and trying to claim didn't really happen. But Saint Germain was reported, talked about, written about, and everything else. And the reason they don't want to believe it, because it happened for so long. He was talked about over a span of what, 300 or 400 years of history. People haven't seen him, and every time they saw him, they didn't know where his money came from, but they always said he never looked older than 45 years old. Even people that saw him when they were young and then they saw him again in their 80s, they were old. He still looked young. So they can call it theory. They can say it's a legend. They can say it really didn't happen, all the stuff they say when they're busy hiding the truth in plain sight. And truthfully, that's the reason why we have so many of these legends, because the powers that were don't want us to know that this stuff is happening right underneath our noses. So they tell us it's absolutely impossible. It's hogwash. It's a legend. It's theory. Meanwhile, they're using it, all that information, to their advantage, and we aren't. Who knew? Yeah, all of that. Like they tell you time travel isn't possible, and they debunk or talk about any civilian that comes forth and say they're coming from the future or they came from the past. They want to lock them up and put them in the crazy house. But they've literally been doing those kinds of experiments for like 60, 70 years. Tell us not happening. Tell us they haven't seen any alien presence, all those good things. But please understand, so many people that were absolutely not crazy made it their life's work, wrote books about all the rest of that, about their time with the ascended masters. All them people wasn't crazy. All them people wasn't lying. Right now, today, you can look up on YouTube, and I had shared it with my WhatsApp group. There was a clip, it is in French, but it was done in the 70s about a gentleman who said that he was Saint Germain, and the information that he shared, the details that he knew, he even did the experiment of turning lead into gold. Or he didn't do it, he talked a reporter through how to do it in real time on camera. Never touched the stud. He wanted to make sure that they didn't think that he was doing some kind of sleight of hand or trickery, so he genuinely had the reporter that was interviewing him handle all the stuff, and he did it, and they still don't want to believe, or they want to theorize and talk about it. He's come through and channeled through people, just like people channel Yeshua and all these other beings. There's a very compelling channeling session from I think she channeled him in like 1984 or so. And the information that he came through it is super relevant to right now. But the channeling was 40 years ago. But it was coming from Saint Germain. But again, you have to expand your mind enough to want to believe that. If you keep pushing stuff away and saying it isn't real, then guess what? It won't be real in your experience, and you can keep on living the miserable 3D existence, just sliding off the edge of the cliff, because truthfully, that's what's happening. Our dimensions are folding in on each other, or our timelines. Those who choose to believe the truth that's been hiding in plain sight and see a better way can step into it. Those who continue to poo poo it and don't want to hear that and don't want to believe it, and oh, it's conspiracy theory, oh, it's not real, oh, they're going to get to live that god awful reality that's gelling up around us right now. What we're seeing in the newspapers and on television, and the violence in the street for those who are witnessing that is a product of collective mass consciousness. And as long as we choose to continue plugged into that, that's the experience we will live. If we choose to believe some of the other side of the coin, and get to, yeah, they laughed at the hippies and the tree huggers and all the kumbaya people and all of that, but guess what? Those people have peace. Those people aren't caught up in, I'm not saying they don't ever get caught in war-torn areas, but they're not living a miserable experience and wondering about whatever. A way is being made, and more of that is what's going to happen. Yeshua said that it would be the peaceful, the meek, that are going to inherit the earth. We have to figure out how to stay and be that way. Just for today, do not anger. I will not anger. Yeah, do not. Last card out here with this Wheel of Fortune. Ah. And this, my friends, is Hansha Zag Shanen. This is the distance Reiki symbol. Look at this symbol and receive. Receive the universal life force Reiki. My hands are activated right now. Ooh. Sending you so much love, family. Right here with the Wheel of Fortune. Let us take a peek at some of these, because I do want to read some of these meanings for you. Just with this sap, it will be to your benefit because of the energy in the cards. Come on. Here's this one. The way this book is organized is weird. Okay. Oh, come on. I'm so sorry. Here we go. chakra Reiki. Of course, chakras are energy centers in the body that are addressed in yoga and in the Vedic healing systems. The bottom chakra at the base of the spine is called the root chakra or Muladhara, as it is called in the original Sanskrit language throughout which Vedic wisdom is enshrined. This chakra governs your need to survive and also grounds you to the earth. The second chakra, called Svadhisthana, is located in the area of the pelvis. It governs activities that bring pleasure, such as sex and food, and also helps maintain our identity. The third chakra, called Manipura, is located in the area of the solar plexus. It helps us find our power and set limits. The fourth chakra is the heart chakra, named Anahata in Sanskrit. It is located over the spiritual heart near the center of your chest. This chakra governs love and healing. The fifth chakra is the throat chakra, called Vishuddha in Sanskrit. It governs self-expression and speaking truth. The sixth chakra is often known as the third eye chakra and is located between the eyebrows in front of the pineal gland. This chakra rules intuition and spiritual insight. The seventh chakra, often referred to as the crown chakra, is at the top of the head. In Sanskrit, it is called Sahasrara. It governs your connection to the divine. Protect your chakras, y'all, and do the chakra work. It is worth it. Barefoot, grounding, meditation. It doesn't hurt sometimes. Put a crystal on them. I put here, cover mine sometimes. Massage it. Work with it. Trying to tell you. This card is empowered with its own Reiki symbol. Its own Reiki crystal, and is programmed to send Reiki energy to all of the chakras. All you need to do is meditate on the image of the card and make the verbal request saying, I ask the Reiki crystal inside this card to send Reiki to my chakras. I ask the Reiki crystal inside this card to send Reiki to my chakras. And you can pause this video if you need to do that. Upon the request, the Reiki crystal inside the card will begin sending a session to all 7 chakras at once to clear any energetic debris that is no longer serving the highest good. As is the case with most sessions from the Reiki crystal, the effect can often be felt within minutes. And then, let's see, with the principles of Reiki, number 8 is here. Just for today, do not anger. Anger is a real human emotion. The beauty of meditating with the divine intelligence of Reiki, which you can do through these cards, is that it can show you the more meaningful, multidimensional view that things are not simply black and white. The more I've worked with this meditation, the more I've found that rather than repressing the anger I had, I could instead strive for inner peace. By striving for inner peace, I was able to understand and heal the sources of my anger at their core. The image on this card is of a man transforming his weapons into plowshares. So too can the weapons of the mind and emotions, such as anger, be transformed into peace. Access the Reiki meditation on the precept, just for today, do not anger, by holding the card in your hands or meditating on the card image while simultaneously asking the card to bring you into a Reiki meditation on Usui's precept, just for today, do not anger. Remember that the Reiki crystal inside this card is programmed to bring you into a Reiki meditation for this precept, and that it is doing the real work. All you need to do is make the request and surrender. Just hold the card or sit facing the card and ask the card with your mind or voice, please bring me into a Reiki meditation on the precept, just for today, do not anger. Then sit back, relax, and allow the Reiki crystal inside the card to bring you into that meditative state to understand your anger and begin to transform it. Woohoo. Yeah, let's see. what this card says about the Buddha. The Buddha was born as Siddhartha Gautama in ancient India, approximately 500 BC. He was born into the lap of luxury but rejected his high place in society to search for a path to end suffering. The term Buddha means awakened one. As an ascetic spiritual teacher, he was revered as an enlightened being and is considered the founder of Buddhism. The Reiki portal in this card connects to the spirit of Buddha. Working with this card helps bring forth that essence of an empty mind, the awareness that our ego is but an illusion. This card can be used to align you with the teachings of the Buddha and the wisdom that the root of our suffering lies in our cravings and our attachments. Simply hold the card or meditate on this image of the Buddha for as long as you wish or need, and feel that presence of Buddha radiate from the card to you and through you. Whenever you feel overwhelmed or your mind is consumed with cravings or attachments to specific outcomes, use this card. Whenever the noise in your mind takes you away from the place of serenity, use this card to draw you back to your inner peace. Similar to the other cards in this suit, you can use the Buddha card in combination with other cards. And then we're going to go over here to Archangel Metatron, who is here with this Page of Swords. Metatron is the highest archangel and perhaps yet one of the least known. He is mentioned primarily in the mystical texts of the Kabbalah as a sustainer of humanity in the physical world. He is commonly described as the keeper of heavenly secrets. Metatron is known as the Lesser Yahweh, as well as the Prince of the Divine Presence. In energy healing, working with Metatron helps one to find union with the divine. Meditating on this card can fill you with a sense of pure being, beyond form, a kind of mental stillness that is typically associated with Eastern spiritual traditions such as Buddhism. Metatron is an angelic being who works as a natural complement to the energy of Reiki. Of all the angels in heaven, Metatron to me feels the most zen. Use this Metatron card to remind you of that place of pure being beyond mental attachments and preconceptions. Simply hold the card in your hands or meditate on this image of Metatron for as long as you wish or need. Remember that the Reiki portal in this card goes directly to Metatron. Just hold the card or sit facing the card, then close your eyes and feel Metatron's divine presence radiating through the card into you and your consciousness. You can also use it in combination with other cards. Cellular meditation for healing and perfect health. Okay. The cells in our bodies hold memories and emotions and can be influenced in very positive ways. Since cellular consciousness can be shaped by old traumas or repressed emotions held in certain parts of our body, one way to unwind these old traumas and repressed emotions is by bringing the consciousness of each cell of our body into a meditative state for healing, and perfect health at the cellular level. This means that rather than Reiki energy flowing into the cell to release those unhealthy patterns, the work is happening in the consciousness of the cell itself. The divine consciousness of the Reiki crystal is bringing the cellular consciousness into an expression of healing and creating a pattern of healing consciousness. Begin by holding the card in your hands or meditating on the card image, while simultaneously asking the card to bring the consciousness of each cell in your body into Reiki meditation for healing and perfect health. All you need to do is make the request and surrender. Just hold the card or sit facing the card and ask the card with your mind or your voice Please bring the consciousness of each cell in my body into a Reiki meditation for healing and perfect health. You can also adapt this request to focus on certain areas of your body that need intensive healing, asking that the card bring each cell of a specific organ or body part into a cellular meditation for healing and perfect health. Know that this work is not a substitute for medical care. Reiki is always intended to complement, not replace, modern medicine. This work can, however, help you radiate health from the inside out. So, we're not giving anybody any medical advice or telling you to not go if something is wrong, but this is just to help you flow some energy to work to the areas that may be of some concern to you. Saint Germain is our next card. Saint Germain is an ascended master who many New Age circles consider to be one of the spiritual beings ushering in the age of Aquarius, a time when humanity will supposedly live according to higher spiritual principles of peace and harmony. He is also the keeper of the violet flame, a powerful ray of light that is very useful in releasing old and unwanted energy, energy cords, and energy patterns no longer serving your highest good. This card can be used to open you to energy patterns of a higher vibration and possibility that embody spiritual freedom while simultaneously releasing old and unwanted ones. Simply hold the card in your hands or meditate on this image of Saint Germain for as long as you wish or need. Remember that the Reiki portal in this card goes directly to that energy of Saint Germain. Just hold the card or sit facing the card, then close your eyes and feel Saint Germain and his violet flame radiate from the card to you and through you. I recommend using this card when you feel the need to open to new ways of thinking in times when your mind is in need of inspiration or simply in need of releasing an unwanted connection in your life. You can also use it in combination with other cards, which will be explored later in this book. Yeah, and that's when they're talking about layouts and stuff. And I mean, this is a deck that I'll work with. I don't know if you're going to purchase this deck for yourself. It is available on Amazon. The deck is called, again, Reiki Divine Healing by Brett Bevel. And he also, I think, has another few books about Reiki if that's something that interests you. But if not, like I said, I'm very much interested in Reiki. Um, Yeshua studied it. It's just something that's a part of, well, it's part of me now. I've taken the attunements. It doesn't leave you. And I mean, it can go dormant if you choose not to use it. But once you've actually opened yourself to those Reiki channels, that's with you for life. And I don't have any plans on letting mine go dormant. But yeah, let's see. I shall say Shannon. Hanshase Shannon is the Reiki symbol used for sending healing distantly through time and space. It is often translated from Japanese, meaning no past, no present, no future, though it can also be translated to mean the origin of pure consciousness. What I was never taught as a Reiki student but never realized in my Reiki journey is that this symbol is a Reiki portal, a portal that allows healing light to move through time and space. The Hanshaze Shanen card in this deck is infused with a Reiki crystal that will manifest a Reiki portal upon your request to any point in time and space that holds spiritual healing properties. The beauty of accessing Hanshaze Shanen as a Reiki portal is that it can bring forth spiritual energy from divine healing realms such as the angelic realm. You can perform a Reiki portal spiritual healing to the angelic realm using the template below. When holding or looking at the Hanshaze Shanen card, say the following: I would like the Reiki crystal in this card to open a Reiki portal to the angelic healing realm. Then simply hold the card above your crown chakra at the top of your head. Well, you can't, but you can look at the card and, I don't know, Actually, you can probably pause it and put the phone there. That would work. I'm not sure which way this is going to wind up showing, but no, there we go. Then allow the angelic energies to pour into you. Hold the card there for as long as you wish, or place it over a specific area of your body where you would like angelic energy to flow. When you wish to release the energy portal, simply give thanks to the angelic energies that have come through and ask the Reiki crystal to close the Reiki portal by saying, I would like to thank all angelic energies and angelic beings that have assisted me, and now I ask the Reiki crystal in this card to close the Reiki portal to the angelic realm. You can also use this card to open energetic portals in power spots on the planet or sacred sites such as Angkor Wat, the Pyramids of Giza, or Stonehenge. Below is a template for this process. Yeah, we're not going into all of that because that's a little bit, I'm giving y'all an awful lot right now, even still, but we don't necessarily need to go opening up because truthfully, this deck, I think, is designed for people who actually have received Reiki attunements. And I mean, some of you may have, some of you may have not, but working with the sacred sites and stuff, that's kind of for another day. This was about our personal healing at this point. All right. And I think that is, let me see here. Yeah, we talked about closing the portal. That's it for the Reiki cards. And now, ooh, that's kind of tight. Now we're going to move on to the starlight frequencies and see what wants to come out for us for those. And these, again, are, well, truthfully, I don't really need to look at the book on those. They have, in the artwork, there is a symbol, and truthfully, I can show you what they are in the book if you want to see them. Some of them are kind of obvious, and some of them aren't necessarily what they would be. But for a meditative point, since we're using this, this really truthfully is a Reiki reading in these frequencies. I don't mind showing them to you so that you can use them for your benefit as well. Ooh. We'll see what actually comes out here. There are cards going in. Sacred power. All you must do is ask. Call upon the Ascended Masters for guidance. That's your first card. Let's see what flipped here. Patience. Not all will awaken at the same rate. Be patient and hold space for those who need your guidance. We've talked about this before too. And some folks, if they're really truly not ready to go there, leave them alone, gently and with love. But you can't drag nobody kicking and screaming through ascension. All you're going to do is slow up both of y'all's ascension if you try to. Masters, teachers, and loved ones, you are being guided by the divine. Allow your heart space to open and trust that we are here with you every step of the way. This came with the Buddha and the Seven of Swords. And with Archangel Metatron, with this Page of Swords and Archangel Metatron, equilibrium. Your experience is complete. Process it without judgment. Allow your mind to return to point zero, back to balance. What in the world? This is too many flipped over here for me to take all of those at once. Whoa. with this cellular meditation for healing and perfect health. And the tower, we have divine blueprint. We are unlocking the sacred knowledge embedded in your DNA from your cosmic guardians. Whoa. With Saint Germain and this hangman looking at the world from a different perspective, we have way shower. You are guiding others by living in alignment with your true, authentic self. Remember to shine your light and lead by example. And that's a white peacock there. Well, I guess you can see it now. I couldn't see it for the glare at first, but there we go. Yeah, let's see what this last card is. The human experience. Understand that you grow through what you go through. You grow through what you go through. These lessons are vital in the expansion of your soul in order to ascend. And I do want to briefly show you the symbols that are in this, the starlight frequencies of each of these cards. 23 with the sacred prayer. It's just here, the symbol of three bars is for the sacred prayer. And patience. Those are squigglies, but I'm gonna show it to you anyway because it's basically light frequencies or codes. But yeah, there we go with patience. Masters, teachers, and loved ones. More squigglies, but in a different direction this time. Equilibrium. I like this one especially and it's kind of on here. There's like this really pretty symbol here is like the holographic frequency of this. And divine blueprint. And again, I'm just doing that. So if you want to pause and meditate on those frequencies, you can see, I mean, you can't see them in here, but they're, like I said, they're there for you. So hopefully you can get what you need from it. And 18. So this is a reading and a Reiki session. Yeah. Way shower. It's a leaf. And the human experience, 16. Go through what you go through. You have chosen to be reincarnated into this vessel for specific reasons, for specific lessons, and for specific experiences. Do not dwell on these. Instead, relish in the fact that you have done what you have come here to do. And only you know what that is. And if you haven't done it yet, you will be soon. You're stepping into your, like I said, this is your time. This show is on the road. Ain't no getting it on the road. It's on the road, folks. That, my dear loved one, is your reading. I don't think we need to pull no more oracles or any of the rest of that. It's pretty clear. We got some energy work here, some good flow going, some stuff you can go back and pause this and meditate on any of this that you need to. But you are going through service. Graduation is upon you. We're doing it. I mean, we still got adjustments to be made, but we're doing the work. You are that way shower, spiritual leader. You're burning this karma on entering into a Dharma season. Congratulations, soul family. We're going to keep doing the work, keep showing up. If you keep showing up, I'm going to keep showing up for you. We're going to get it in 2025. I thank you for being patient with me and rocking on out, but we're going to get on down to it. I love you so much, family. And until next time, peace and blessings to you. Namaste. And again, Happy New Year to you. I love you.